So guys, what's going on? I hope you guys are well. So, is Vasily Lomachenko one of the greatest fighters ever? So a lot of people think that Vasily Lomachenko deserves that credit already. They say that his amateur record is unbelievable, and his pro boxing record is unbelievable. Listen, Vasily Lomachenko is a great fighter. He's an exceptional talent. There's no doubt about it. His amateur record is unbelievable. You know, only lost one. I was speaking to a boxer, Tony McKenzie, who you guys see I interview a lot. And he was saying that that record is virtually impossible. How the hell can you have that many amateur fights and only lose one? It's unbelievable what he's achieved in the amateur game. Pro game, unbelievable. Quickest 3-weight world champion in history. But the problem is what Vasily Lomachenko lacks is big names. He lacks that. You know, he fought Guillermo Rigondeaux, and he's fought Gary Russell. He's fought good, decent guys, but he hasn't got Manny Pacquiao on his resume. He ain't got Shane Mosley on his resume. He hasn't got Floyd Mayweather on his resume. He hasn't got these guys on his resume. And that's the be-all and end-all. That's what you're judged by. At the end of the day, I remember Naseem Hamed. People were saying about Naseem Hamed, he's a great fighter, but he hasn't really got names on his resume. He hasn't got the great fighters. He ain't got the great names that he's beat on his resume. The best guy he probably fought was Marco Antonio Barrera, and he lost. This is what you got to understand. And Lomachenko kind of falls in that boat that really there's not really Hall of Famers around his weight. And that you could say that's not his fault, but it is his fault in a way, because he had the opportunity to go to 140 and call out Manny Pacquiao. And that would have been... And then a lot of you guys say, well, oh, you wouldn't have got no credit for beating an over-the-hill Manny Pacquiao. But many guys have beaten guys. Manny Pacquiao beat Shane Mosley, was over the hill, but Shane Mosley was a Hall of Famer. It makes a difference. It's a name on your resume. In history, people will say, well, he beat Manny Pacquiao. They don't look at whether he beat an old Manny Pacquiao. Leon Spinks beat Muhammad Ali. They don't say he beat an old Muhammad Ali. He beat Muhammad Ali. And that's the problem I have. And the fact that when Manny Pacquiao beat Keith Thurman, that was a great opportunity at that time when Lomachenko beat Campbell. He was asked about Manny Pacquiao. He says, if Manny Pacquiao is willing to come to 135 or 140, I'm willing to fight him. And it would have been a big payday for Lomachenko as well. But he didn't take that. He didn't take that bait. And things like that stop you from being an all-time great. When you're talking about all-time greats, you know, I'm talking about being a top 10 greatest fighter of all time. It's not easy. There's better, maybe more talented fighters than Lomachenko. Sugar Ray Leonard was better than Lomachenko. Muhammad Ali was better than Lomachenko. I know they're different weights, but for me, skill level, talent, them guys had it all. But they did great things. Sugar Ray Leonard went up 2 weight classes and beat Marvin Hagler. Now, you guys may say, well, Lomachenko's beat, he's gone up 3 weight classes and beat top guys, but you have to look at the guys that he's beating. The guys that he's beating aren't Marvin Hagler. The guys that he's beating aren't George Foreman. You know, so you've got to look to create competition. You've got to look to do something where people think you're going to lose, and then you win. But then a lot of you Lomachenko fans say, well, I'm only saying it because I want Lomachenko to lose. No, because he's already lost. He already lost in his career. So I'm not doing it. I'm actually saying it that I think that he should have taken a more dangerous fight to prove his greatness. And I think that's what's going to stop him being a top 10, top 15, top 20 all-time great. Because he didn't quite in the pro ranks. Because amateur, yeah, but nobody talks about somebody's amateur record when it comes to being an greatest fighter of all time. Nobody talks about Sugar Ray Robinson's amateur record. They talk about his pro record. Nobody talks about Ali's amateur record. They talk about his pro record. Nobody talks about Floyd Mayweather's amateur record. They talk about his pro record. Nobody talks about Manny Pacquiao's amateur record. They talk about his pro record. And I think it's a bit weak compared to some of the names that I've just mentioned now. Lomachenko's resume is a bit weak compared to those. His achievements probably don't stack up to what those guys did in the pro game. So that's my take, but leave your thoughts. Let me know what you think, guys. And guys, remember to please like, share, subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys in the next video. So guys, what's going on? I hope you guys are well. Guys, I made a video and a lot of you said that Vasily Lomachenko is overrated. Guys, I don't think Vasily Lomachenko is overrated. I've never said Vasily Lomachenko is overrated. I think Vasily Lomachenko is class. I think Vasily Lomachenko is one of the best fighters of this generation. However, what I was critical about by Vasily Lomachenko, I felt that the Manny Pacquiao fight was a fight that should have been made. And I felt that Vasily wasn't confident of fighting Manny Pacquiao, but he made up. What I didn't like is that he was making excuses for not wanting to fight him. He said, I don't want to beat a has-been, I don't want to beat an old man, and then he beats Keith Thurman, and then Vasily Lomachenko's manager comes out and says he's too big. You know, he's fighting at 147. So I didn't like that hypocrisy. I didn't like him talking rubbish like that about Manny when you're saying he's old, he's a has-been, but he's proven to you that he's not a has-been because he just beat a young champion in Thurman who would beat Vasily Lomachenko, right? And then you have an option, right, when the reporter asks you, do you want to fight Manny Pacquiao next? You kind of dismiss it like, no. Call him out at 135. Call him out at 140. You know, I felt like he needed to prove his greatness. And listen, Vasily Lomachenko is an unbelievable fighter. His amateur record, him as a professional, he's done everything asked of him. But for me, I don't think he lacks the names on his resume. You know, you can only beat what's in your division, and he's beaten all of the guys in his division. However, he's not really had that marquee fight, that super fight. Vasily Lomachenko's not been involved in any super fights yet. And that would have been a super fight for him. That would have been a fight. If he had won, it would have gone down in history that Vasily beat Manny Pacquiao. Unfortunately, he hasn't got the names on his resume, and there's other fights out there like Gervonta Davis, Devin Haney that could marinate into massive fights. But at the minute, there's not a lot out there for him that people want to see, if I'm honest. You know, yeah, Mikey's Garcia fights lost a bit of sting. There's not really a lot out there. People are crying out for Teofimo Lopez. Yeah, it's a good fight, but are people really crying out for it? Are people really desperate to see it? Is it a super fight? It's not on anyone's hit list of 2020. Lomachenko Lopez. I'm a hardcore boxing fan. I watch it. It's a good fight. It's a big fight, but it's not a super fight. Super fights are things like Joshua Wilder, like Pacquiao Spence, Pacquiao Crawford, Crawford Spence. You know, these are you know, Fury Wilder, Wilder Joshua. These are super fights. Fury Joshua. These are super fights. You know, he's just not involved, and I feel like I'm just a little bit disappointed that he doesn't. It's hard to say because he's a 3-weight world champion. He did it all quick, but I just feel he doesn't want to put himself in an uncomfortable position where he could potentially lose. A lot of you accuse me of saying I want Vasily Lomachenko to lose. No, I don't want him to lose. He's already lost. He's already got an L on his record. I want Vasily Lomachenko to push himself to be even greater than what he is. You know, and I feel like it was a great opportunity for him, you know, to have the Mikey Garcia fight. And he's not even interested in the Mikey Garcia fight. He's not even, let me fight Mikey. You know, Mikey's around looking for welterweights and stuff like that. Why don't you call out Mikey? It's a fight that I think he wins. But yeah, he's not even really pushing for that fight. I don't know. I don't know. He's not really got the names on his resume. He's got good fighters, but he's not got a lot of great fighters on his resume. You know. But at the end of the day, I think that's what's going to stop him from being an all-time great, like a Sugar Ray Leonard, like a Muhammad Ali. He's not in that class for me. For me, he's not in that league. But again, everyone has their own opinion. But leave your thoughts, guys. Let me know what you think. And guys, remember to please like, share, subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys in the next video.